What's up, people? Welcome to Cricfootz. IPL 2020 is up and running, and there is already so many talking points and things to discuss. So, let me quickly give my post match reactions on the first two matches: Mumbai Indians versus Chennai Super Kings, and Delhi Capitals versus Kings 11 Punjab. So, the season opener witnessed two heavyweights clashing against each other: four-time champion Mumbai Indians versus three-time champion the Chennai Super Kings. It was great to see cricket back in action. It was great to see our favorite players back on the field, and it was great to see MS Dhoni back in action. So the Chennai Super Kings won the toss and elected to bowl first. Their four foreign players were Faf du Plessis, Shane Watson, Sam Curran the debutant, and Lungisani Engedi. On the other hand, Mumbai Indians had Quinton de Kock, the veteran Kieron Pollard, and two debutants, James Pattinson and Trent Bolt. So Rohit Sharma, the captain, along with Quinton de Kock, opened the innings for the Mumbai Indians, and they had a tremendous start to their innings. They were bashing the bowlers all around the park, and I felt they had a great start and could reach the target of 200 at least with the start they got. But MSD did his trick. He gave the ball to Piyush Chawla, the newcomer, in the fifth over, and he picked the wicket of Rohit Sharma. I also feel CSK were very disciplined with their bowling. They picked up wickets at regular intervals, which didn't allow Mumbai to settle in and have a tempo, have a momentum in their batting, and couldn't put that pressure on CSK bowlers as well. So I felt CSK did a great job in bowling. I think Faf had a tremendous match in all sense. He picked up two very good catches on the boundary line of two very important batsmen. Saurav Tiwari, who was having a great game, was the top scorer of Mumbai Indians, and the dangerous Hardik Pandya. So those two catches changed the view of the game. And also Piyush Chawla had a great game. So did Sam Curran. It was overall performance, a team performance, and MSD had a good lineup of bowlers, and he mixed his bowling options well. And thus Mumbai were restricted to 162 for 8. And I feel it is a great total to restrict the Mumbai Indians considering their top order and the middle order. So I think CSK already had an upper hand in the game after the first innings. So after a successful first innings, Chennai had to get 163 on board to win the game. And Shane Watson and Murli Vijay opened the innings for the Chennai Super Kings. And in my opinion, it was a dreadful start to the game. Both of them losing very early wickets and putting the team under real pressure. Murli Vijay looked very nervous. He was struggling to pick the line and middle the ball as well. But then came ever dependable Ambati Rayudu. He had a great partnership along with Faf du Plessis. They had a very controlled innings. They were very careful in the beginning and then played their shots in the later stages of the game and had a partnership of around 115 runs, which took the game away from Mumbai Indians in my opinion. The new boy Sam Curran had a brilliant cameo in the end, scoring 18 of 6, taking the pressure of Faf du Plessis and getting the team really closer to the victory, which was very much needed at that time. Big questions were asked of Sam Curran coming in front of Dhoni, but he proved his point and had a brilliant overall game. In my opinion, Cricfootz champion of the game goes to Faf du Plessis for his brilliant 58 and three outstanding catches in the field. So Chennai won the match. MS Dhoni said at the toss that it's a gentleman's game and it's not about revenge and it's about learning from the mistake they made in the earlier matches. But for all the Whistleport army and Chennai Super King fans out there, they got their sweet revenge on Mumbai Indians, and Chennai finally win the game against Mumbai Indians and take that two crucial points in the beginning of the season. So now let's focus on match number 2. Two teams from the north of India going against each other. Kings 11 Punjab, a new setup, a new captain KL Rahul against Shreyas Iyer's Delhi Capitals. Both these teams have done some big signings in the auction and would be hoping for a big season in this IPL. KL Rahul won his first toss as captain and elected to bowl first. Four foreigners in his team were Glenn Maxwell, Nicholas Pooran, Chris Jordan, and Sheldon Cottrell. On the other hand, Iyer included the likes of Shimron Hetmeyer, Marcus Stoinis, Enrich Notia, and Kangiso Rabada. Shikhar Dhawan and Prithvi Shaw opened the innings for the Delhi Capitals, and they had a nightmare of a start. A complete miscommunication and a very silly run out. Shikhar Dhawan was gone. They also lost Prithvi Shaw and Shimron Hetmeyer in the very early stages. Then came the classic duo, Rishabh Pant and Shreyas Iyer. They played very safe and sensible cricket, and they also respected the bowlers, especially Sheldon Cottrell and Shami, who were absolutely brilliant in their first spell. Also, Ravi Bishnoi making his debut was amazing yesterday. He bowled really well. He kept his line and length very well. He had a disciplined game, and he also took the wicket of Rishabh Pant. He was brilliant and had a very great start to his IPL career. And it was looking as if 120 or 130 would be a good score for Delhi to bowl. But then came Marcus Stoinis, the debutant. He played a hell of an innings. He took every Punjab bowler and scored a brilliant 53 of 21 and took them to a very respectable score of 157. And then the game was on. Kings 11 Punjab required 158 on their board to clinch their first win. KL Rahul and Mayank Agarwal opened the innings. They had a decent start in my opinion. They were playing safe and sensible cricket up till the 30 runs. And then they lost very quick wickets at regular intervals and they landed themselves into a deep trouble. Then came Krishnappa Gautam and the opener was still there, Mayank Agarwal. They started building up a partnership and Mayank Agarwal played a terrific innings in my opinion. I mean, he took the game single-handedly. He started hammering the bowlers of Delhi and he had a great innings. And let's see what happened next now. Mayank Agarwal played an innings of a lifetime. 89 of 60 under such difficult conditions with no proper support and so much pressure was a gem of an innings to watch and perhaps his best ever IPL knock in my opinion. He took his team to the wire and edging closer to the victory. Marcus Stoinis was bowling the final over. 1 run of 3 ball. I felt he would play a sensible shot and take his team off the line. But then cricket is a game where unthinkable things happen. And yes, it did happen. He got out. Two balls left, 1 run to win. Chris Jordan on strike. He couldn't get that 1 run. Yes, and it finally happened. Second match of IPL T20. It goes to Super Over. Let's see what happened there. It was time for Super Over. The scenario every cricket fan loves to watch. Kings 11 Punjab had to bat first and they started their innings with KL Rahul and Nicholas Pooran. And I personally felt it was a bad decision not bringing Mayank Agarwal, who had a tremendous game, who had the momentum to hit the ball, who was reading the line and length well. But that didn't happen. So Rawada was bowling. He took bloody 2 wickets in 3 balls and Punjab were all out for 2 runs in the Super Over. What a shocker. Delhi Capital started their chase with Rishabh Pant and Shreyas Iyer coming up for the batting. And they did that with ease. They scored 3 runs in just 2 balls and Delhi Capitals won the game in the most fanciest fashion ever. Cricfootz champion of the game goes to Marcus Stoinis for his brilliant half century and those 2 crucial wickets in the final over. So this was my reaction to match number 1 and 2. 2 games with very different scenarios and situations and surely some entertaining factors. But one thing in common, the cricketing standards. There were some rusty moments with the bat, ball and especially in the field, which is quite understandable because of the lockdown situations. The players have to come back to the game and I'm pretty sure they'll buck up and we'll have a great IPL and we'll witness some great encounters coming up. Thank you for all the love. I hope you guys are liking our content. Do like, share and subscribe to the channel and enjoy the sporting action.